Record is fine. Other legates, patron panel, and Zoom. And hat, patron panel, and Zoom. All right, I got another good one for you here. Let's take a look in the matter of Alexander E. Khan in the Supreme Court of Georgia. Well, it'd be nice if I actually did the transition correctly, so let's just save that. This is a community-supported legal education channel. Find out how you can support our mission at the links in the description below. This disciplinary matter is before the court on a notice of discipline seeking the disbarment of Alexander E. Khan for his gross misconduct in his representation of a client and in business and financial dealings with that client. The facts, as deemed admitted by virtue of Khan's default, show that Khan, who was admitted in 2002, began providing legal and financial advice to a client in 2011. He formed Troy Holdings, LLC, encouraged the client to invest money in the company. Between 2012 and 18, the client delivered over $300,000 for investment in Troy Holdings. Khan misrepresented to the client that she owned 75% of Troy Holdings and that her investment was achieving a 10% rate of return. The client repeatedly asked Khan for a copy of Troy Holdings' operating agreement, financial statements, and investment records, but he failed to provide the requested documents. She also asked for a return of her investment, but Khan has failed to return any money. Additionally, in Khan's representation of the client in tax matters, he represented that he was preparing her tax returns, but failed to provide her copies of the returns. He failed to provide documentation related to his representation of the client in connection with a penalty assessed with regard to her 2013 taxes, and he failed to file her 2015 return after he had prepared it and she had signed it. Finally, although Khan agreed to prepare a will for the client, he failed to deliver it, despite her repeated requests. These facts show that throughout his representation of the client, Khan willfully abandoned the legal matters entrusted to him to the client's detriment. He failed to keep her reasonably informed about the status of her legal matters, and he collected unreasonable fees since he did not do the work he was paid to do. With regard to the business transactions, he failed to disclose the terms of the transactions, failed to obtain the client's written consent to the essential terms of the transactions, and failed to advise her of the desirability of seeking the advice of independent counsel. Additionally, Khan failed to hold the client's funds separate from his own, failed to deliver her funds to her, and failed to render a full accounting when she requested one. Finally, Khan failed to submit a sworn written response to the notice of investigation as required by our bar rules. These facts established that various rules were violated of the Georgia Rules of Professional Conduct found in the bar rules. I won't go over the individual numbers. The maximum sanction is disbarment, and the maximum sanction for certain ones is public reprimand. In aggravation of discipline, the board found that Khan acted willfully and dishonestly, acted with a selfish motive, has engaged in multiple violations of the professional conduct rules, has intentionally failed to comply with the rules of the disciplinary process, has experience in the practice of law, and has been indifferent to making restitution, as the record shows that the client obtained a judgment, but he has failed to appear at post-judgment discovery depositions. We agree that disbarment is the appropriate sanction in this matter, comparing it to other matters. Therefore, the court orders that the name of Alexander E. Khan be removed from the rolls of persons authorized to practice law in the state of Georgia. Disbarred. All the justices concur. So the part that I thought that was funny there was how he named his holding company that he was going to use to steal all this money, basically, Troy Holdings. Troy, of course, being the city that was sacked from within after the Greeks delivered a horse, a giant statue of a horse, and the Greek soldiers were within the horse, and it was given as a gift, and they accepted the gift, brought it into the city gates, within the city gates, and then the soldiers waited till nightfall, and then were able to, I guess, open the gates and let the rest of the soldiers in, I think is how it worked. Anyway, so I don't know my history about the Trojan horse too much, but naming your company Troy Holdings is akin to what we saw with Paul Hansmeier naming his copyright trolling company Under the Bridge Productions. Trolls live under bridges and demand taxes from the people who pass above. Anyway, love you all. Short video. Have a good one. Bye. You guys know what that chime means, huh?
One at a time. You need to do some of the work yourself.
Good boy. You having a good dry off there? Way to go, boy. Yeah, you hear it?
Yeah. Really good. Ha ha ha.